Salve, my name is Géza. I'm a musician, reenactor, and officer in the militia segment of the Austrian army. Welcome to my 14-day experiment, where I'm going to wear the armor of a Roman repentant soldier of the 4th century AD for 10 to 12 hours a day while eating Roman combat rations. All this is going to culminate in me scaling a 2,300 meter high mountain in full Roman combat gear. This is how day 3 went. Salve. Today I'm on my 3rd day in my experiment, eating Roman soldiers' rations and wearing armor basically all day. And this means I will have some wine. Some of the sources of the 4th century, notably Vegetius, Constantius II, and the Codex Theodosianus, give us insights that on 2 days soldiers would mainly drink vodka, which is a mixture of water and vinegar, and on 1 day they would drink wine. So 2 days, some lesser food and rations, and then a 3rd day basically some better rations like proper bread instead of hardtack and proper wine instead of vodka. And so for the occasion I got gifted a bottle of this fine wine here by a friend from Hungary, and his family actually makes this wine. And it's called Limes Danubianus, which is very fitting. What's special about this wine is that it is actually made with the same type of grapes that were found in the Aquincum and Danube Band region, and is basically a direct descendant of wine varieties that the Romans in the area cultivated. Is this now a Roman wine? Not really. What the Romans considered wine or called wine would, under today's standards and regulations, especially in the European Union, not be considered wine. It wouldn't get the label wine. So this is wine. This is properly made wine according to modern procedures and modern recipes. However, it is made with some certain elements in the making process of this are closer to what the Romans would have done than to modern wine procedures. So basically we have something here that is more Roman than the rest of the modern wines that we get today, but is not a Roman wine as such. Anyway, I'm going to enjoy this and I'm going to let you know how it tastes. Of course, drinking pure wine undiluted by water would be frowned upon by the Romans. Roman wine usually was thicker and stronger, and drinking it without diluting it by water must have been a strange experience to the Romans. Of course, this being modern wine made in a modern way, it's meant to be drank pure. Of course, you can also dilute it with water, which is what I'm going to do later for all intents and purposes, but I'm going to have a sip here of the pure stuff as well. It's a very strong fruity taste. There's a bit more acid in it, which is to be expected because when the grapes here are basically mashed together and they leave the seeds inside with the entire thing. So this creates a bit more acidity in the wine. It's also a bit stronger than usual wine because it still works a little bit after being bottled. So it says here 13%, but by now I would say it's closer to 14%. So it's quite strong wine. That's why I'm going to dilute it with water and mix it into my drink for today and for tomorrow. Cheers. This third day is coming to an end. It's about 2:15 in the morning, and I had the armor on for about 11 hours today. And yeah, what can I say? I'm pretty tired. I have a very weird sleeping pattern. Mostly I can't fall asleep before 4 or 5 in the morning these days, and trying to get up at a reasonable time anyway. So I have quite a bit of a lack of sleep, and yeah, so I'm carrying the armor, doing all the exercise and eating less calories than I probably should with all that is actually not such a problem, but the lack of sleep is quite a challenge for me at the moment. Day 3, didn't do as much today as I wanted. I didn't do a longer walk. I had some administrative stuff to do, and I wasted quite a bit of time on cooking and trying to figure out how to go about certain things. I'm also in exchange with some people that are quite proficient and have studied quite in depth Roman army food rations, and they have recommended some literature as well on it. Most experts believe that a Roman soldier would have been just as well fed as any civilian out there, if not better in many times. So there shouldn't have been a great lack of stuff. However, I'm between 1,500 and 1,900 calories a day at the moment with the food, and I think I spend more than that easily with the training and with everything else I do. So yeah, that has a good side effect. I'm losing some weight, and that's quite nice after all this lockdown and Christmas business. But that's not the purpose of this exercise. So I'm gonna increase the rations, I'm gonna increase the calories over the next days, and I'm going to work on a few more details on my armor. I'm also looking at making a sort of leather or fur overcoat that covers the entirety of my chainmail, because I think on a march that actually protects everything that you're carrying on top of your chainmail, like swords, scabbards, pouches, anything, because literally everything that rubs when you march against it is gonna get broken after the first 100 kilometers. So you need something to halt that, and that's exactly what's being described in De Rebus Bellicis, for example.